is this YouTube star. You've probably never heard of him, but your kids probably have. He has just a ton of social media following, something like 9.4 million followers on YouTube. And again, he's one of these folks who I have no idea who he is because while I am technically a millennial, I'm at the upper bracket of millennial. I'm not close enough to millennial age to really understand why a guy running around being weird is worth watching, particularly. But Logan Paul decided that he was going to Japan's so-called suicide forest near Mount Fuji. They've made a movie about the suicide forest recently. I'm trying to remember who was in it. Was it Christian Bale? I mean, there was a movie about this recently. This forest is very famous because apparently a lot of people go here to commit suicide. Something like 100 people have committed suicide in the past few years in this forest. So it's super creepy and terrible. So this guy goes there, Logan Paul. I'm not sure what he expected to find. I guess he was going to try and do a Blair Witch Project type of thing, like go camping in the forest, and then it was going to be creepy and everybody's going to laugh, and that was going to be it. Well, he went into the forest, and instead what he actually found is within basically minutes of walking into the forest, he found a guy hanging from a tree. He found somebody who'd hanged himself. And we're not going to show much of the video because it's now been pulled down, but Logan Paul walks in wearing, the green aliens hat, really, from he's actually from Toy Story, and then he stumbles on this dead body, and they shoot the dead body. I mean, they like shoot it on camera for minutes at a time, and basically end up joking about it. It's just really gross.
Yeah, seriously, you think that's real?
Well, it could be because one of my classmates in the junior high school, he really killed himself.
No.
Yeah, when he was only 21.
No.
It's true. It was Logan.
Excuse me? How long ago do you think he did that? Like,
Yo, this is crazy, dude.
Okay, so they actually show the guy hanging from the tree, and then they keep showing the guy hanging from the tree. It's like a 10-minute video. So Logan Paul pulled down the video because he got a lot of flack for it, as well he should, making light of this. There's no reason why you would show video of suicide. Suicide particularly is an imitative act in many cases. There have been a lot of high-profile suicides, and the data show that after high-profile suicides, there's actually a wave of suicide that happens because people think, well, if that person can do it, then so can I. This is a really bad move by Logan Paul. He got a lot of flack. What I want to discuss here is not the bad move by Logan Paul, because I think that's obvious and everybody understands it. What I want to discuss here instead is the fact that the entire internet went crazy even after he pulled it down. So the guy pulls down the video, and people continue to lose their minds over it to the extent that they were calling for the entire demonetization of his YouTube channel. I think that's a massive, massive mistake. There are these social media pylons that now happen that I think are not good for the country or for the world. I think that there should be enough blowback to people like Logan Paul pull down their stupidity and there is social media upset. I think that's relevant. But the idea that you're going to destroy the guy's entire life or entire career for posting a bad video, I think is foolish. And I think what it really mostly has to do with is it's a low-cost, high-reward way of making clear that you are a moral person, is to find something that is obviously terrible, like showing dead bodies on a YouTube video and turning it into kind of joke. That's obviously terrible. And it's a way for you to turn that into, I'm a good person, I'm a better person. We all understand it's terrible. Okay? And this is not about taking suicide anything but deeply seriously. My grandfather suffered from suicidality. He tried to commit suicide at least once that I know about. And there are other members of my family who've had this problem. The idea that Logan Paul is doing anything worthy here is ridiculous. He is not. But there is this tendency now that when something goes wrong and we can all condemn it, like 100% of people condemn it, that now we have to rip down the person's career or destroy their entire life over it, even after they do the right thing. He pulled this thing down within like 24 hours. He apologized for it. He'll probably end up giving a bunch of money to a suicide charity. I'm not sure what more you want from the guy other than take him for what he is, which is kind of a dolt. Right? Like maybe people have a clearer vision of what the guy is. He's kind of an idiot. But I object to, it's easy to talk about what I object to in the video, which is quite terrible. But I think I'd rather talk about what I object to in the social media age, which is this idea that if somebody like Justine Sacco, right, tweets something yucky about how she's flying to Africa and people in Africa have AIDS, then by the time she lands her plane, she's been fired and her career's been destroyed. I think that's making for a very nasty